Donald Trump's government reform and border security policies have sparked heated debates. Some hail them as necessary, while others claim they're extreme, reckless, or even authoritarian. Critics argue that his administration's approach disregards humanitarian concerns and prioritizes enforcement over reform, while supporters view his efforts as long overdue action against inefficiency and security threats. But what if I told you he's not the first president to take these measures? In fact, history shows that Trump's approach isn't so different from past presidents. Reagan, Clinton, Bush, and Obama, all of whom made similar moves in their time. So let's take a deep dive into history and compare. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Let's get started. First up, we have Ronald Reagan, the 40th President of the United States, serving from 1981 to 1989 as a Republican. The small government champion. Reagan believed in reducing the role of the federal government in economic affairs, emphasizing free markets and deregulation. In 1982, he launched the Grace Commission, a private sector initiative tasked with identifying inefficiencies and waste in government spending. This effort led to recommendations for streamlining federal programs, cutting excessive bureaucracy, and reducing the national deficit. Similar in concept to Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Reagan also signed the Immigration Reform and Control Act in 1986, a landmark policy that strengthened border security by increasing employer penalties for hiring undocumented workers. However, in a move that would likely spark intense debate today, the law also granted amnesty to nearly 3 million undocumented immigrants who had been residing in the U.S. prior to 1982. Reagan viewed this as a balanced approach, enforcing laws while offering a path to legal status for those already contributing to American society. Imagine if Trump proposed that. Would reactions be different today? Let me know what you think in the comments. Next, we have Bill Clinton, the 42nd President of the United States, serving from 1993 to 2001 as a Democrat. In the 90s, his administration launched the National Performance Review, a sweeping effort to make the federal government more efficient by reducing waste, streamlining bureaucracy, and implementing private sector business strategies in public administration. This initiative led to budget cuts, downsizing of federal agencies, and the reorganization of government programs to improve efficiency. Concepts that align with Trump's modern efforts through the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. But what really stands out is Clinton's immigration policy. Ever heard of Operation Gatekeeper? Launched in '94, this initiative aimed to curb illegal immigration by fortifying the U.S.-Mexico border near San Diego, one of the most frequently crossed areas at the time. The program increased Border Patrol presence, installed new fencing, and introduced surveillance technology to deter crossings, an approach that closely resembles Trump's border security efforts. However, the backlash at the time wasn't nearly as loud as today's debates, raising an important question. Is the political climate different, or is the media's portrayal shaping public perception? Let me know what you think in the comments. Then we have George W. Bush, the 43rd President of the United States, serving from 2001 to 2009 as a Republican. His president's management agenda focused on government efficiency, again mirroring Trump's push for reform. But more importantly, after 9/11, Bush launched the Department of Homeland Security, drastically increasing border enforcement and expanding ICE into its modern form. ICE was initially created to focus on detaining and deporting undocumented immigrants, but under Bush, its role expanded significantly to include counterterrorism efforts, workplace enforcement, and visa overstay investigations. His administration also introduced programs like Secure Communities, which allowed local law enforcement to collaborate with federal immigration authorities, laying the groundwork for today's deportation policies. Now let's talk about Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, serving from 2009 to 2017 as a Democrat. Many associate him with progressive immigration policies. But here's a fact. Obama oversaw a record number of deportations, even earning the nickname Deporter-in-Chief. His administration expanded border security and surveillance, relying heavily on Bush-era programs such as Secure Communities, which allowed local law enforcement to share fingerprint data with ICE for quicker identification and deportation of undocumented immigrants. And finally, we circle back to Trump. His Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk, aims to cut bureaucracy and modernize federal systems, similar to Reagan, Clinton, and Bush before him. So far, DOGE has identified billions in potential savings by reducing redundant agencies, implementing AI-driven automation in government services, and streamlining procurement processes. Early audit results suggest that reforms in federal contracting alone could save taxpayers upwards of $50 billion over the next decade. So, after looking at the facts, Trump's policies aren't that unusual. They fit into a long-standing pattern of presidential actions. The bigger question is, why are reactions so different? Are we viewing policies based on their merits or based on who's in office? That's where you come in. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. See you in the next one.